It'd be nice to see him and the Wyatts be fighting somebody other than Roman and Dean.
I don't really know who else the Wyatts could face. They need to face a faction.
It's true.
And as much as I would like to see a Wyatts versus New Day feud, because a Wyatts versus New Day feud has the potential to become like... The thing is, a Wyatts versus New Day feud would turn one of the sides baby.
Yeah.
One of them.
It would.
Who would turn? You know what? It might be the Wyatts.
Oh my god. Would New Day just be so obnoxious that like the Wyatts would just go way over?
It's New Day.
It's true.
I mean, I only say crazy things like this because of the crazy finish to Raw last night.
I know.
I feel like anything's possible with them. I feel like they could crash. I feel like New Day could compete head-to-head against Undertaker and Kane. And like we talked about before in the program, Undertaker and Kane are going to be working the Mexican house show loop in the coming month together as a tag team again, as the Brothers of Destruction. You better believe they're going to be in high-profile matches against New Day. And I'm sure Big E, Kofi, and Xavier rubbing their hands together with delight.
Yeah.
Because everything's turned up aces for New Day right now.
Pretty much.
Everything they touch turns to
They're
gold.
so over. Like,
They're
they
extremely
just
over.
killed everybody.
Yep. I believe we talked about before, New Day should potentially maybe become more serious.
Mm-hmm.
It became more serious last night.
Yeah, that's true.
Was that a step in the right direction, you think?
Well, I think they need to be serious every once in a while, but you know they need to mix it up still because they need to have that kind of annoying heel thing about them.
Right, they can't be totally serious.
No.
Because we've seen they can't be totally jolly, because nobody takes that serious.
No.
And they can't be totally serious, because I don't think anyone would take that serious either.
No, I didn't enjoy them very much at all when they were totally serious.
Even the Brock Lesnar character has a little bit of humor in him. Mm-hmm. Because he has, like, his facial expressions are really, really good.
Yeah,
He rarely says anything. It's not because he's bad at talking. I get it. It's just the fact that the Paul Heyman character, it really blows him up and makes him larger than life. Like, Brock could talk all he wants. Like, he could be amazing at talking, but just having someone talk about you, it just elevates you in a way that talking about yourself never can.
Yeah.
And because he doesn't really talk very much, Brock's facial expressions tell the whole story. Like, last night he didn't say a word, but didn't it feel like he said so much?
Yeah,
His facial expressions, like, I'm shocked that a person that I never expected to be very, very expressive and emotive with his manners and his body language is super expressive.
Didn't he say Paul Heyman when?
Yes, when the full audience says, "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul," he said Paul Heyman along with the audience, which I thought was really cool. I think that anybody who's been watching wrestling or watching Brock Lesnar at least since he's debuted for the most part, I think I personally have a vague understanding of what he's like as a person.
Yeah.
Do you?
I would say so too.
He is indeed a fierce, relentless beast, but he's not a bad guy.
No.
He just likes his privacy, and he likes making millions of dollars, and he likes suplexing people.
Basically.
I don't think if Brock were here, I don't think he would deny any of those.
He pretty much just gets paid to show up and suplex people. Cause
That's right.
That's what he did to the Big Show several times and many, many others before.
Yep. Yes, many others, and many more to come.
Yeah.
I think my quote of the year so far, honestly, would be earlier this year, around the time of WrestleMania. Brock was on SportsCenter, the ESPN, the American SportsCenter, and he was being interviewed about his contract renewal because at the time there's speculation that he wouldn't renew, and then we wouldn't have a main event match at WrestleMania with him and all that kind of stuff. So he renewed, and the quote was, "Yep, I re-signed. It's full-time pay for part-time work. Everyone's dream."
That's awesome.
Don't we all want full-time pay for part-time work?
Yeah. He is living the American dream.
In Canada. Okay, so last night on Raw, started off like we talked about, the Beast and his Jew doing what they do best, and that's entertaining the crowd. And I can call him his Jew because Heyman himself calls himself Brock Lesnar's Jew. He put the Jew in jiu-jitsu. And he's awesome. We wouldn't have it any other way. Basically, Big Show came out and tried to shake Brock's hand, perplexingly enough, and nobody expected Brock to shake his hand. Brock was like, "Okay, do you want to be in a tag team match?" Against. Oh, we did see Brock against New Day again. We saw it in Japan briefly. So brief. It was so brief, but when you see it.
When I saw that it was Brock versus Kofi, I was just like, rest in peace, Kofi.
Kofi's never been the same after being taken to Suplex City in Tokyo. So after Paul and Brock, what was the next segment of the night?
The next segment was...
It was the Wyatt family versus our pals Dean, Roman, and Randy Orton.
Yes.
And yet another 6-man tag.
It wasn't too spectacular.
No, it's fairly short.
And in the end, it ended with Roman pinning Luke Harper.
Yes, it did. Now, explain this to me. If Braun Strowman has now choked out Dean and Randy and Roman, each of them, I think at least 2 times each, hasn't he?
Yeah.
If he is in a match against them in any capacity with the Wyatts, from like a kayfabe perspective, how does that make any sense? Shouldn't he win every time if he's just in there? Like if it's 1-on-1, Braun Strowman versus any of them, shouldn't one of them just get choked out and then the other 2 come in and they clash? It just seems like I feel like the Wyatts should be winning more, shouldn't they?
Yeah, you'd think so.
It's like the only time they win is in the in-between matches.
Well, that was the thing about last night's match is like Braun Strowman was just like missing for the most part.
Yeah.
So who knows for what reason that may have been.
Conflicting reports of a mishap at the house show the night before with him and his match against Jack Swagger.
Oh.
I'm not exactly sure if it was him or Swagger who got hurt, but I had a feeling that somehow that contributed to the fact we didn't see him very much. Whether that was heat from the office or an injury, I'm not sure, but we didn't see him much. Next on the program was the nightly Wade Barrett cameo. Mm-hmm. And Wade Barrett was there very briefly. It was for Sheamus and Neville, was it not?
Yes.
And it was fairly unremarkable.
Yeah. Like, I honestly can hardly remember it. It was really quick.
Did Wade Barrett bullhammer everybody again?
I think so.
I think it's probably... If Wade Barrett's there, you know that's gonna... The boom is gonna come.
Like, it was originally just gonna be a match between them, but then I think Barrett just hopped in the ring and bullhammered him.
The fact that we don't remember and the fact that we watch the show closely and take notes and all that and we still don't remember?
Yeah. It shows how, like, unremarkable it was.
Indeed. So, what's gonna happen to Wade?
I just want to see him do something. Like, he's returned, and then he was attempted commentary.
He said about 3 sentences, and then bullhammer somebody.
Yeah. So, hopefully we'll get to see him in a match against maybe Neville or Sheamus soon.
Yeah, that would be great. But then, if he's against Neville, then Sheamus will interfere. So, Wade and Sheamus have to have a match, because Neville won't interfere, because he's babyface. Or maybe he will, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I also wonder what would happen with Stardust and the Ascension if Neville was in a feud with Barrett.
Well, NXT is highly, highly promoting tag team wrestling right now.
Oh, yeah.
We've now had weeks of this fantastic Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And I think part of the reason why, a large part of the reason why, is because WWE is preparing itself for a greater promotion and greater emphasis on tag team wrestling. Mm-hmm. So with that in mind, I'm pretty confident we'll be seeing an NXT team getting called up soon.
Nice.
And there's a lot of teams in NXT right now which really impressing me right now. The team of Gable and Jordan, really, really impressive. Particularly that kid Chad Gable. I thought he was really, really annoying at first, but I think he's got a bright future. The team of Dash and Dawson, I can't deny it. They're designed to look like Tully and Arn. They're meant to look like old Four Horsemen era tag team with cutting the ring off and their Ribera Steakhouse style jackets. And of course, Cass and Enzo. And you've heard of Cass and Enzo, certainly.
No, I haven't.
SAWFT Soft.
Oh, right.
The echoes of that and How You Doing can't be stopped. They will be on a WWE main event, main roster ring very soon. And with this emphasis on tag team wrestling and the fact that Ascension doesn't have anybody to face, they're not going to get sent back down to NXT. We're going to get more teams, I think.
Mm-hmm. And that's always a good thing, because everything that's come from NXT has been just incredible.
Yes, it has. So, just taking a very brief reprieve, mm-hmm. in the past 6 weeks, do you think WWE, because this is our 6th episode now, over the course of our analysis, has the product actually improved?
I would say so.
I think it has. Can you pinpoint how?
I would just say, like, in general, the matches have been more substantial for the most part.
Substantial?
Like, there's just been more action, like more happening. I felt like before there was just like so many matches where there would just be like timeouts or collusion or something, but now we're getting more like real matches, I feel.
More. And we talk about nonsense and collusion. Let's just take a quick moment to talk about the nonsense and collusion from last night. And there wasn't as much of it as usual. It was a fairly refined program last night. We saw... Now tell me, big guy, what was your opinion of the whole Summer Rae, Rusev, Marry Me Ruru angle? First reaction.
I was
Word association. What's the first word that comes to mind when you think about that angle?
disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just very disappointed. I wanted it off of my TV screen. Or I was hoping that Dolph Ziggler would come out and cross-kick them.
He came out later.
Yeah.
But he didn't cross-kick anybody.
No. He didn't do a whole lot of anything.
He tried to come out twice and failed twice.
Oh, yeah. I'm here to show the world.
I think Dolph Ziggler was the big loser last night.
Yeah.
He was like, we see Dolph Ziggler look really pathetic all the time. That was the most pathetic I've ever seen Dolph Ziggler.
It was a new low for Dolph Ziggler, and in general, it's been a new low for Cesaro. We didn't even see him.
Nowhere near the television set last night. Vince, are you listening? Where's Cesaro? Put him back on TV, please. We want this Superman on TV having tremendous matches like he has every single time.
Yeah, and not getting squashed by Big Show.
Maybe Cesaro's problem is that he can't have feuds with the people that I want him to have feuds with. Actually, you know what? I've got it. Why doesn't he have a feud with Barrett? A really awesome, good feud.
Oh man, that'd be so good.
Yeah, Barrett versus Cesaro in a substantial feud. What would be the angle though? You have to have some kind of angle, right?
Yeah. The only angle I can see somehow with them getting involved with each other is maybe vying for the Intercontinental Championship, but then they would have to get involved with Kevin Owens and Ryback and all that. How would you feel about that? Because then you'd see Cesaro and, Kevin Owens, Ryback.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
No.
And Barrett deserves to be in the IC title chase. He's a former IC champion. He's more than capable of becoming champion again. Mm-hmm. What would you say to, this is just purely speculation, like I think a really fun angle to play on is the fact that we know that Cesaro and Tyson Kidd are best pals. Mm-hmm. What if Barrett makes some sort of comment about Kidd?
That would be good.
Because that's like, you notice how everything in WWE is like really personal these days?
Yeah.
Like Paige going super personal on Charlotte. Like, that's just kind of the status quo right now. So, I think that could work pretty good. Like, actually just shooting on Kidd and be like, your tag team partner went and got injured. Now where are you? Not even on TV every week.
And then Cesaro will come out and then you'll full hammer him and got some bad news.
And fun would ensue. Yeah, I think that's...
We can only hope.
Yes.
Like, there's so much potential from both of them.
I know. And if Vince did what we wanted to do, he would make many more millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
He's
it's just fantasy.
But on a shoot, he has done exactly what we wanted him to do, like a lot this past month. So keep it up. Let's just go ahead and get right to it. Because I'm wanting to talk about all this time, my boy, KO. He makes himself shine in any segment he's in. Anytime he's in front of the camera, you can't take your eyes off of him. Which is, like, he's not... Looking at Kevin Owens, there's nothing particularly remarkable about him. Like, he's not, like, a super flashy, really interesting looking guy. He's just a guy.
Yeah.
He just has a way of carrying himself and presenting himself that he's just absolutely irresistible.
I just thought about the end of the match when he was like, who's fat
now? I almost don't want Kevin to say stuff like that because it's so funny and awesome, and you can't not, like, as a Canadian, I don't think there's anybody in Canada who doesn't like him. Like, he'll talk trash about Edmonton this or this city that, but he's so cool. Mm-hmm. He's a full babyface for me. I can't get enough.
He's a great heel too. foreign heels. It needs to happen.
Absolutely. Rusev's too busy thinking about his engagement, though.
I know, it's so unfortunate.
I love how Rusev says, when I have gold around my waist, you will have gold around your finger. And I'm thinking to myself, lol, they're never getting married.
Yeah, I know.
At this rate, like, how is he going to win gold? Oh, hey, you know what? What about a Barrett versus Rusev angle? They could have excellent matches. Like, honestly, that just came to me like a lightning bolt. I feel like that's the answer.
Yeah, I'd say so. How would you plan out their angle?
They're very similar in the way that they talk. They both just yell a lot, and they just talk about how like they're going to crush you and break you and all that kind of stuff. So they're like, it's like the immovable object and unstoppable force type of feud.
Yeah.
Their matches would be really stiff. You know, it'd be now that I think about it, I don't know how they could carry on steam. Because feuds like that, they kind of fizzle out because it's all just on aggression, and the two people can only yell at each other for so much. I think. So as much as I like that, maybe that's something we should think about down the road. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's don't listen to the last one. Disregard. So I think Sin Cara has done his job. He'll be back to teaming up with Neville and all that next week.
I'd say so.
Okay. Speaking of doing jobs, let's get to the premier highlight Diva match of the night. And actually, despite the fact that the 6-woman match was really good, and we've seen a lot of 6-woman matches, the premier highlight Diva match of the night, I think we could agree, was Natty versus Paige.
I would say so. And it was unfortunate that like the pops were really weak. Natty went for a pop twice, like on the get up, but it just didn't happen.
Why do you suppose that is?
I honestly have no idea. It must have just been how the crowd happened to be at the time.
I guess, now, been to a WWE show, you know they have an intermission. So they give you a time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But even still, it's like the fans are conditioned, I guess, to go to the washroom during the Diva segments or go get hot dogs during the Diva segments. Like,
it's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
It was a really good match.
It is. It was an excellent match. And Raw being a 3-hour live show, like when we go and see a 3-hour show, a live show, there's no commercial breaks. You just get wrestling throughout.
Yeah.
When they, like last night in Boston, we know an hour of that is breaks. So that would be really annoying. That's when you're going to get your hot dogs and your merch and all that sort of stuff. Sit in your seat and cheer, please. When I see places like that, or what was that town we saw the other week? Was it Houston? Somewhere in Texas, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It wasn't San Antonio. I think it was Houston, where it was really weak crowd, like terribly, terribly weak crowd. Wherever WWE goes next, hopefully they have a hot crowd. We're going to Mexico next month, but until then, we need somewhere with a hot crowd. Maybe they'll swing through somewhere in Canada, because anytime they do a live event in Canada or TV taping or whatever, it's always good. Or, you know what, dare I say it, it seems like when they go to any country other than America. But let's not get into that. Foreign heels, a couple of foreign heels sitting over here. Yeah, now that I think about it, that Divas match we're just talking about, they're foreign heels too, really, when it comes down to it.
Yeah, basically.
And it was Calgary's finest, Natty going over with the sharpshooter.
Shades of Bret Hart.
Shades of our good old uncle. So what do you think's going to happen next for both those ladies? Natty comes out strong. Paige comes out looking like a chump.
I mean, the most I could see is after Hell in a Cell, maybe Paige goes for the title or tries to, and then maybe Natty will interfere somehow. I could see maybe that happening.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, it is.
I feel at this point, Divas Revolution or not, the women, they need to have independent storylines. Like, all the men's storylines don't all intersect.
Yeah, that's true.
Independent storylines. Like, wouldn't it be fun if we saw like an infighting with the Bellas storyline?
Yes.
Actually, maybe not. That's been kind of done to death.
Well,
I feel like Team Bad is on the verge of an implosion, right?
yeah.
Because the two bad to stay together. And Becky and Charlotte will remain together. But anyhow, let's go ahead and talk about the 6-woman Divas match. What was your takeaway
Pardon?
from the 6-woman Divas match?
The 6-woman Divas match, I thought it was awesome. Like, we got to see Sasha Banks really shine most likely because it was her hometown, and she got huge pops throughout the night.
And she signed partially a lot because she's an outstanding wrestler.
Well, yeah, that too. Obviously. But yeah, it was good to see the bank statement finish, and overall, I thought it was a really good match. Like from every diva.
Yeah, that was all 6 of those women doing a really good job. Considering they get tossed in those 6 women divas matches all the time, they made the most of their time. I was impressed. At this point, I would usually say keep it up or whatever, but independent storylines. Let's get some singles matches.
Yeah.
Like that Natty versus Diva. Excuse me, that Natty versus Paige match. Yeah, Diva A match. It was good. More of that, please. Does that take us to the main event? Have I missed it? What do you think?
Did we talk about?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Let's just get right into it. Yes, of course. John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena.
Jan.
What is there to say that hasn't already been said?
Kick out at 2.
Yes.
It's been said.
Yes. Every single week, without fail. So last night, it was the United States Open Challenge. It was our old pal John Cena in front of his hometown audience, just like
John Cena was the man to beat.
he was, just like Sasha Banks was the woman to beat.
Mm-hmm.
Both overstrong in their hometown. Very few Cena sucks chants. Few.
They were so. You could gently hear them in the distance.
Yes, in the cheap seats.
Yeah.
The bitter people are in the cheap seats. All the children are down on the floor. Yes, so Cena Open Challenge. And who comes to answer the Open Challenge? But it's DZ. Here he comes.
Oh
He's
my
here to
God.
show the world.
Here to show the world.
But then New Day appears, dragging Ziggler's lifeless body down the ramp. They dump him and continue walking. And as Xavier begins his sweet serenade, Big E's tremendous tricep meet descends upon the ring. And we thought to ourselves, oh boy, here we go. United States champion, Big E.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, he lost in about 7 minutes.
Yeah. I'd say overall it was a great match, though, and the ending of it.
Right. But we came to realize that the whole point of that entire segment was not necessarily for Big E to become champion or anything like
Yes.
that. The whole point was for New Day to finally show to the world and to the WWE universe that despite the fact they're really silly and they like shake their booties and play trombone and sing songs, they're also badasses.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, they've kind of achieved that nirvana-like state that every wrestler hopes to achieve, and that is being really badass and really cool and really funny at the same time. Because that's it. Am I missing anything?
No, I wouldn't say it. Like,
Oh yeah, of course. Yes, that goes without saying. There is the little matter of the Demon Kane, fresh off of his HR review, going in and having a little bit more of an issue with our old pal Seth.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like Seth can't catch a break. He's tried everything. What's poor Seth gonna do? Now he has to face the Demon in Hell in a Cell at the end of this month, and he's gonna have to defend his world title. And the stipulation being that if the Demon Kane loses, then Corporate Kane's out of a job. So
will we see the end of Kane, perhaps? I also wonder what's going to happen when Sting comes back, if he does.
Sting just needs to take it one week at a time.
Mm-hmm.
If and when he comes back, everyone will be ready. I think his match with Seth at Night of Champions was much, much more impressive and awesome and memorable than his match with Triple H at WrestleMania.
I would definitely say so.
I really, really enjoy their match at Night of Champions. It's fantastic. Mm-hmm. And I hope he comes back and gives us more of those. But if he can't, so be it. But I hope he does. Yeah, as far as Kane and Rollins goes at Hell in a Cell, I think at this point, I don't think the fans really want Kane to linger too much longer. Yeah, it's cool, and a lot of people are willing to put up with it for now, but the bottom line is putting the title on Kane after having Seth carry the belt for 8 or 9 months and looking strong, it would kind of undo all of his progress, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Besides the fact that he had that program with Randy Orton earlier this year, and he made Randy look silly, right?
Yeah, he did.
So I think it's safe to say it will be the end of Director of Operations Kane. My theory is that Kane, the Demon, will stick around just long enough to work a little bit longer with his brother, Undertaker, And who knows after that? I believe by WrestleMania, we'll probably see the end of Taker and Kane's career. What do you think?
Yeah,
And probably our pal Mark Henry.
Yeah, it'd be unfortunate, but I mean, they've had very good, very long careers, so.
And so we got like someone really scary, someone who's a demon, and someone who's really strong. So when they all retire, we'll need people to fill their spots. And perfect person to fill the spots would be Braun Strowman, Braun Strowman, Braun Strowman.
You're right. He just needs to put on all their outfits at once.
Break his neck, break his neck. Wear the Taker and Kane costume. So yes, the final shot of the evening was New Day standing tall over a ring full of a vanquished Cena, a vanquished Dolph Ziggler.
Dudley boys.
Vanquished Dudley Boys showed up so they could get vanquished too.
Yeah.
I think the Dudleys honestly signed this contract just so they could put New Day over and over and over again.
Pretty much.
It's like, but Vince, what about the tables? Don't worry, boys. There will be lots of tables. You'll be able to put people at the tables every week, sometimes 2 tables a week. And they
Seth
have.
Rollins got put through a table too.
Oh yeah.
Choke slammed.
The Dudleys set it up.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was Seth who set it up.
Oh yeah, because he was gonna do something with Kane. He was gonna put Kane through the table.
Like, what move is Seth gonna use to put Kane through a table?
You're right. He could try.
You could like maybe hit him with an enziguri so he stumbles and falls onto the table, and then climb up to the top rope and hit him with a finger splash through the table.
You got it.
That'll never ever happen. Well, who knows? Maybe Hell in a Cell. Which leads us to the end of the night. We are tonight as we record this. This is the 6th of October. We're a few weeks away now from the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. We've got 3 shows left, I guess. Three before the pay-per-view. And it might be a little bit too early to start making predictions, despite the fact that we have most of the card set.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess at this point, we can just take it home with the rapid fire segment as always.
Mm-hmm.
So the first question I want to ask you was, when are we going to see Tyson Kidd again?
I mean, I have no idea at this rate, especially seeing how Cesaro is barely on the airwaves either.
I don't think it's a matter of heat for Kidd. I'm just talking about his injury. Like in all honesty, when will he recover and be back on TV? Because I miss him. I like Tyson Kidd a lot.
I guess really only time will tell in that situation.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the next NXT call-up?
Oh man. That's a really tough decision because there's so many good choices.
Any thoughts? My thinking is Cass and Enzo, the tag team, I think. They're ready.
I need to watch more NXT.
So the NXT TakeOver show, which is on Wednesday, as we talked about, Bayley and Sasha are going to be main eventing. I think it's safe to say that Bayley's going to retain her title. But what is going to be the actual result of that? Because this is going to be the most high-profile Divas match, really, in WWE history.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen as a result of that? Are we going to be seeing the Divas main eventing a main roster hit sometime soon?
That'd be interesting. I mean, I'd even like to. I know we've seen too many like multi-woman Divas matches lately in general, but I'd like to see like a battle royal or something of that nature with them. I feel like that would be really good.
Potentially, yeah. Mm-hmm. We've seen Divas Battle Royals before, and they are always usually more miss than hit, but it's a new day.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And my final question tonight, Brock Lesnar's going to be on Stone Cold's podcast on the WWE Network.
On Sky.
Not on Sky, just the WWE Network.
995.
Yes, exactly. Is Brock going to straight up challenge Austin? He'll be like, you want to face me, don't you? And Austin will be like, well,
Oh,
I don't
nothing.
feel
How about we just have a couple beers and talk about it?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, what?
Yes, that's what Austin will say. He'll quietly say, what?
What? But I mean, I feel like a lot of people would lose their minds if we called them out. I mean,
I wanted to
a lot
so
of people would lose their minds if Stone Cold came back in general. I know I would. I would just.
Stone Cold has got some cutting edge technology. My final thought for the night before we sign off for the evening. Last week, I happened across an individual who is afflicted with diabetes. And this individual was actually implanted with a sensor. And this sensor gives him real-time feedback on his blood glucose level.
Oh, wow.
So he has a sensor in his body that he can use to obtain his biometrics in any time. That's the age we live in right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So my question is, are we really so far off from having Austin, maybe Edge's, and maybe how Lita's next too? Let's get everybody's next fix. Tyson Kidd's next fix. Everybody's next gets fixed.
Yeah, but let's make their next fixes like short, like not too long, because don't want to have another big show polluting our airwaves for centuries.
No, we do not. So is it safe to say that, what do you think, 5 years, and we're going to have everyone's next fixed? Yeah, that's actually my last question tonight. How long till we have cyborg workers in the WWE?
Cyborg workers.
Terminators in the WWE game? Maybe it's like an illusion.
Maybe eventually they're just going to have robots wrestling each other.
They already had that show, and it was called Junkyard Wars, and it was amazing.
They need to make it like IRL, like have house shows with the robots wrestling.
Robot house shows?
It'd be nuts.
Fan jumps in the ring and gets literally cut to pieces. Woo, shield! Ah!
And they'll need like protective glass.
They do in BattleBots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're actually in that sealed dome. Because you've seen that show. They actually they tear each other to actual pieces with saws and hammers and everything.
Pieces flying everywhere.
Yep. So I think we'll sooner see WWE versus, what was it, Capcom versus WWE? I think we're sooner going to see Capcom versus WWE than we are Robot Wars house shows.
Yeah.
Although, what do I know? I'm just a mark.
Let's see what the future holds.
For Big E, I'm Michael Brock. We'll see you next week.